Hey, Blue Table fans, it's time for spring cleaning. We are bringing out a ton of models today to be sold. We want to find homes for these figures. We want them to be played with, enjoyed, appreciated, and they just can't get that kind of love here on our lower level. So, and by the way, this video where I explain everything is going to be about an hour just to go through all of this, and if not longer. So I thought I would just do a few. Oh, by the way, here it is. So there's a whole table of figs, a whole table of figs, a whole table of figs. Like all the treasure troves we've done so far have gotten us up, I think, to lot number 250. We'll be at lot 350 by the end of the day. So. All lots are, here's the rules, as with everything, it's temporary. It's subjugated to our written terms of service online, which is at bluetablepainting.com. All lots are sold as is, meaning the normal, if you commission something through us and there's a defect or it breaks, we follow up on that and have a really good repair and return / customer service policy, but not for these lots. You got something in exchange for that, and that's the price. Expandable, if there's anything here, like you pick up an army or a force or even a single model and you want to expand it out, in most cases, let us know. We can commission it out to a larger force and modify it. Modifiable, that's the other thing, is we can make changes to it. For both of these items, there is an extra charge. So for example, let's say you don't like the bases they're on. Well, we can change the bases. I'll come up with a reasonable amount of money for that. You just need to let me know. We can also, if an army is a little rough, you can have it touched up, same thing. Most of the new armies, the ones that we've done or refurbished, they are in proper condition. They've been looked over and given professional grade treatment. Okay, I'm not, if I ever say a trade-in paint job isn't very good or I say something negative about it, I'm not trying to personally offend the person who painted the figures. I feel that it is my responsibility to give you an accurate professional assessment of the figures that you are looking at. Oh no, I think that's it. So do enjoy, do tune in to the spring cleaning that is coming today. All right, folks, just a few more things before we get started. You may have seen some of these before. Ignore the previous lot numbers and pay attention to the current lot numbers. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, let's roll. First up, we have lot number 255. Is that right? 255. Yeah, that looks like the first one. This is a War Machine Mercenaries lot. And it consists of 10 halberdiers, 10 riflemen, a warcaster, can't remember his name, Magnus the Traitor, that's the one. We've got a Gorman de Wolf, rogue alchemist, a nomad warjack, 2 light warjacks, and another heavy warjack. And here are the cards for those. The cards are Nomad, Steelhead Halberdiers, Magnus the Traitor, a Mangler, a Renegade, a Steelhead Halberdiers, and Gorman de Wolf. It does look like one card is missing. I think it's for one of the heavy warjacks, but you also get these game counters to go along with it. This is, by my count, is 37 points, so that is a really good War Machine starter army. On to lot 256. This is a Cygnar army, and I do not know the names offhand of every single thing, so I'm going to give this a pass and do my best. These are, I believe, Storm Knights, possibly a Leader and Standard Bearer. I think that's what these two guys are. You've got a what is called Black 13th Company. 1, 2, 3 heavy warjacks, 2 light warjacks, all in various stages of painting. Looks like you have a couple of warcasters here, and a pile of cards. I have not checked to make sure that all those match up, but it does feel about right. And you also get this this set of tokens to go with it. That is lot 256. a Cygnar army, lot 257. This is an armor cast Titan painted in base to a high standard. It has removable magnetized arms. I do believe I've gone over this extensively before. It has 5 different arms and 3 different heads. See how strong that is? So those magnetize right on there. The heads come off. These veins come off. This is really quite a centerpiece to have, and it does have rules in Imperial Armor Apocalypse for it. So that guy is a ton of fun. It's a Phantom Titan. There used to be rules for what was called a Warlock, which was a Psychic Phantom Titan, and that's the head for that. This guy stands about 2 feet tall, and you will have a lot of fun with this figure on your desk or in your display cabinet. It's really fantastic. The base is narrative. Has a lot of stuff going on it. And by a lot of stuff, I mean 2 things, apparently. Okay, that is lot 257. We're on to lot 258. This is really something special. This is a Forge World Greater Demon of Nurgle. It is painted to an extremely high standard. It's been touched up and refurbished by Blue Table Painting artists. It has this specialty sort of demonic rune base. Let's go ahead and turn this guy around, take a look at the back. And that is lot 258. On to lot 259. That is the Studio Ouroboros army. And this is really something special. You just can't find these figures anymore. These are Rackham figures. We've got 3 Warwolves, a Laris, a Kaya. This is the Privateer Press. These are the only Privateer Press models in the army. This Kaya is pretty good looking. It's an epic Kaya, the Moon Hunter. This is a really super good list. I've taken on all comers with it. I personally, though, I don't use those 2. I use this gal as my Kaya, which is a converted model. It's a Rackham Fianna Queen. Again, extremely hard to find. It has, she was missing her left arm, so I put on this dark Eldar piece, and it just matches in perfectly and gives her some unique flair. Lots of individual characters and leaders in here that can be subbed out for various things, like Druid Wilders. We've got this Totem Bear there. I love that piece. That makes a great Druid Wilder. Skinwalkers. These are my stand-ins for those. All painted extremely well. I used this as a pureblood. These are my satyrs. These guys here, they have awesome bases too. I use this guy as a satyr as well. This as a Warpwolf Stalker. These gals back here as druids. And you have this Piper here. She can be a leader or a special character. It comes with tokens and cards and these custom shifting stones. So that army is really something special. If you at all can, I would snap it right up without even thinking about it. Okay, on to lot 260. Where are you, lot 260? Aha, the giant Vampire Counts army. This is at or near 4,000 points. I'm going to say at least 3,500 points. It has an enormous amount of models, tons of conversions, as you shall shortly see. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at this awesome Vampire Counts army. Let's start with the heroes. You have a Vampire Lord. This is a fine cast. And by the way, this army is level 3-5, except a lot of the grunt units. I'm sorry, I said fine cast. This model is actually metal. All the models that need them have metal plates. This is by the way, the 2 banner bearers are a bit unbalanced. That is not a problem because they have metal plates on their feet. So when they are ranked up on magnetized movement trays, they do fit. This has a Blood Angels piece on it, which makes it, I don't know, a little something special. Here's a Cairn Wraith. This is a recent model that has been this is a model that's been recently published. Here is a hero on steed, which I just used plastics, a Chaos Knight horse, and the rider from the Terrorgeist. kit. So he's done up. You have a Necromancer. This is the new plastic Necromancer. Let's give him a spin there. And most of you have seen these already in other studio updates. This is a model by Rackham. It's always been one of my favorites. I use it as the general of the army. This is Aegine de Vant, which again is put out by Confrontation. She's on a decorative base. And here you have, here's the fine cast Vampire Lord. I don't know if this is a special character. I think it might be Vlad von Karstein. And so he's painted up quite handsomely. Whoops. This is a white hero that's converted from a High Elf kits and an Empire battle standard. This is one of my favorite pieces, so I decided to incorporate it into the army. Here you've got a unit of 5 Cairn Wraiths ranked up. These are models from Confrontation again. Some of my faves of all times. I absolutely love these figures. You've got a unit of 20 Ghouls, 10 Hell Knights, again all on magnetized movement trays. These have a converted banner, and you have a corpse cart. This guy has a converted staff, and also the zombies have been converted with Mantic zombie arms. So they just, the normal ones have weapons on them. So Balefire, you have 10 dire wolves. There are 120 zombies on here. This includes fillers like this ogre zombie. And I use Mantic zombies and other kits to make the zombies each something interesting or special. The musicians in the zombie units have bells, which I imagine as they move along, it's almost like a cowbell. It starts kind of clanking. So maybe there's like a little spell or something on that. There are 70 skeleton warriors. I take that back. It might be more like 75. And they also have command units in them. They're quite handsomely done. The zombies, by the way, are only level 2 figures. 2 vampire bats, or what I use as vampire bats. These are models by Rackham. Which are really some absolutely fantastic sculpts. They make me happy just looking at them. You have 6 Vargeists, all on movement trays, and again quite handsomely painted with decorative bases. So pretty much nothing was spared for this army. It is really something else. Here's a skeleton filler based on the Harry the Hammer base, and you have a Terrorgeist here. That's a rare selection, an absolutely fantastic model. A Mortis engine, which I would take in absolutely every single battle without exception. I didn't really like the Banshees that swirl around it. I just see them as breaking off. This does come off, so you can see the thing inside it. It's hard to get it off with one hand, but there it is. And there's that guy. Absolutely fantastic piece. So there's the Studio Vampire Counts army. That is lot number 260. I would jump on that absolutely as soon as you could. Okay, lot number 261. Lot 261 is a limited edition Slayer model. I believe they were giving this away in Games Day. It's a dwarf Slayer on a giant demon head. Lot 262 is 2467 Games Workshop era Tenebrae models on 25mm bases. These, like most of Rackham's figures, are exquisitely painted and almost impossible to find. Lot 263, this is the burned up, it's a piece of BTP history. It's a burned up Castellan Crow figure. Lot 264, this is not painted by BTP like several of the figures in this spring cleaning thing. This is a Lilith for War Machine, Legion of Everblight. Lot 265 are these 2 Malifaux figures. It's like a clockwork dancer and some kind of, I don't know, wood elf gal. I'm not sure this is Malifaux, but it's part of the lot. That's lot 265. Lot 266 is a model by Games Workshop. I used it for RPG stuff, and it is a smithy with hammer, tongs, and his trusty dog. Lot 267, this is a Legion of Everblight spawning vessel with 4 acolyths. And you've seen this before. This is a bit of a conversion here. This has been filled with hardened glue and painted to look like it's glowing. Lot 268. This again is by Rackham. It's an incredibly hard to find model with a decorative base. It is a Griffin hero, some kind of prophetess type thing. Again, great for RPGs. That's what I use them for. Lot 269, if I can find it. Here we go. Lot 269 is this Celt Barbarians, a giant barbarian, and this Sylvan anime creature. So we're on to Lot 270. Lot 270 is 2 river trolls, painted up BTP standard for Warhammer Fantasy or your favorite RPG. They're in 2 different poses. Lot 271, I wish I knew the manufacturer of this model. I went on the hunt for models for my D&D game, and this is one I found. It's a half-elven blacksmith, or I guess just a guy. Okay, batteries died there. Okay, we were on the smith, which is awesome. I picked this figure out of many, many figures. This is actually a 54mm dwarf, but he became a giant barbarian type guy. I put him on a 25mm base, which is just perfect for D&D. But he could also be a hero or a champion for a miniatures battles game. Here is a pirate captain. She's on a 25mm decorative base, little cobblestones there. She has an emerald green and brass motif on her. And I do believe that figure is by Rackham. I'm not totally sure. This lot, number 2, so that's 273. 274 is this lot of snake men. These are by Reaper. And so there's 5. There's 5 of them. So there's this guy right here. And then there's this one. This is a giant figure. He is on a 20mm base. And this Cobra guy, he's kind of cool. And he is on a cavalry base, which is 25mm by 50mm. And lot 275, that consists of 17 Games Workshop dwarf handgunners, as well as these heavy weapon tractor things, but these do not have cannons or whatever on them. You would need to supply that, but they are magnetized. That is a magnet that you're seeing in the middle, so it was meant to make it so you could do several different weapons on the same chassis. Lot 277. Where are you, 277? I am not seeing him. Okay, let's go ahead and go to 278. Oh no, there it is, 277. That is a, Thomas actually had it over, he's like, I know I did a lot 277. That's this fire wizard. This is by Rackham. This model is almost impossible to find. I believe he's for the Griffin faction. He's on a 25mm decorative base and painted quite nicely, I might add. Lot 278 is a converted Asdrubal Vect on foot, and I just took off his little scythe thing, which I'm sure can be easily fixed. In fact, no, I think that's how it's supposed to be. It just kind of clips into his hand there, and so it uses Dark Elf pieces, and that is that guy. So I'm doing this with one hand, so it is a little awkward. Lot 279 is this fantastic traditionally painted Dire Troll Mauler. This is by Privateer Press, and definitely a great fig to base a Trollbloods army around. That is lot 279. Lot number 280. Oh, this is one of my faves too. Okay, I'm on the back side of the table now, so this is how we'll do it. Lot 280 is this gnome assassin thief guy. I picked this for the D&D game. He has a decorative base, 25mm, perfect for a role-playing game. We have this rusted out Jack. This is for the Khador faction. Could also be an iron golem. Could easily be repainted. But quite frankly, the rust is done really well on this guy. And that is lot 281. Lot number 282 is an armor-cast Warhound Titan. This model stands approximately 9 or 10 inches tall. This is what we had before Forge World was doing its thing. It's got some really handsome airbrushing on here. And that is a Warhound Titan. If you've ever dreamed of putting one on the field, now is the time. 283 is some dire wolves for a vampire count's army. They're on a magnetized movement tray. They have quite a bit of variation on them, and they look icky, oozy, and undead. 284, this is one of my favorite models of all time. Almost impossible to find. It was painted by Joseph, and who has an extremely good mastery of color and light and definition. And so it's a water elemental, but he has like seashore stuff, like crustaceous plates and little crabs and stuff on him. And it is one of my favorite models of all time. And this is mounted on a 40mm base, absolutely perfect for a role-playing game. These are a conversion I did. These were my answer to Sea Scorpions for the Serpent Skull Adventure Path by Pathfinder. They're made from lots of different ranges here, so I will just kind of show you what they are. They are too big to put on regular sized bases, so I just let them stand as they are. There's 3 of them in this lot. That is lot 285. Lot number 286. Aha! This is an Ogre Tyrant. Not much to say there. Quite a handsome figure, and it has some extra stuff done on his base. Some tattoo work on there. That is an Ogre Tyrant, lot number 286. Lot 287. Only 50 lots to go. This is a giant. I'm not sure what company does this, but I know it is metal. He weighs many pounds, and he's quite handsomely done. Traditional methods, and looks to be a bit of a Viking, this one. He has a red dragon pelt on him, and I certainly would think he would not be ill at ease in a display cabinet. This is really a great piece. All right, and that's table 1 of 4. Here we go. Okay, lot number 288. This is a converted Eldar Warlock and a Bone Singer. The Bone Singer is an extremely hard model to find. He makes an excellent Farseer. Lot 289 is an Eldar Autarch. Single figure. Lot 290, also a single figure. This is Iriel for an Eldar army. Lot 291 is Fuegan. That is one of the awesomer of the Phoenix Lords. There's the back side there. Lot 292 is 5 striking Scorpions. Each one handsomely and painted and in the traditional colors. Little touches like the stripes on their chainswords make these guys something special. Lot 293, 5 Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers are excellent fire support for your Eldar army. Their weapons have AP3, which make them perfect to go against Marine equivalent units in their power armor. Also has an Exarch. Lot 294, the exact same thing, just a different weapon, a Reaper launcher for the Exarch. These are, to my knowledge, the most current figures in the range. Lot 295 is another Exarch. He has a Reaper launcher, which is a really good option for that HQ choice. Lot 296, this is something special. This is an Eldar Autarch, but it's based on a Shadow Seer model, so that is a little something special. Lot 297 is 10 Howling Banshees with Exarch. These are painted the traditional colors, more or less what you see in the book. Lot 298, same thing except Swooping Hawks. They're done in a handsome charcoal gray with this blue and white on the wings. And they also have an Exarch, and also included in this lot, so 9 Swooping Hawks, an Exarch, and a Baharoth model. So that is the Swooping Hawks Phoenix Lord. Lot 299, this is a really exceptional lot. It has 3 jet bikes, one with a Shrieker, that's a Shuriken cannon variant there, and it has a converted Farseer on jet bike and a converted Warlock on jet bike. Lot number 300 consists of 3 Tau Ethereals. These were painted by Mike E. as part of our competition. And yeah, not much to say. They just are really quite handsome, and there are 3 different poses. Lot 301, this is a big one. This is the Cahorn Wolves Army, which I believe we've done multiple videos and battle reports on this, but let's go ahead and give it an overview. It's an extremely handsome and well-painted army. This is our stock level 3-5 split, but executed really quite well. It is 2,000 points. The army list used is Space Wolves. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Thunderwolf cavalry, including up to 2 different characters on here. They're on Juggernauts. Let's take a closer look at some of those. Extremely handsome figures with very good posing and detailed paint jobs on those. This is a Psyker, Rune Priest, and that actually is a Space Wolf model with some Chaos stuff on him. By the way, this is Lot 301 that you're looking at. You have 20 Grey Hunters, each in rhinos. These are decked out with Chaos Regalia, a unit of Long Fangs with Forge World missile launchers. Looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, plus a las cannon, and I do believe a sergeant, which allows them to split fire. And for cover, you have some Fenrisian Wolves, for which we've used these Chaos Hands, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. And to top it all off, a Forge World Dreadnought. And you just can hardly find a handsomer army. It's a great force. It plays well. You saw it at Valhalla, and it is now on the block. That is Lot 301. We're on to Lot 302. 302 is 16 Grey Knights. These are not painted by BTP, and in fact, several of these lots were not painted by BTP. I'm not sure if I'm mentioning it every time, but here's 16 Grey Knights in 2 different color schemes, and they look like there's a nice mix of force halberds and assault weaponry in that one. Lot number 303 is the Forgotten. This is a BTP army, and it's got some really great base work on there, some really good weathering and glowy stuff for their weapons. I'm not sure how many points this is. I'm going to say it's at least 750, maybe as much as 1,000. We certainly can duplicate and expand on this army. I know a lot of you have been looking at it for a while, and now is your perfect chance to pick this one up. That is Lot 303. Lot 304 is a Chaos Space Marine Rhino. Looks to be Thousand Suns themed. This is not painted by BTP. It's got kind of this warping conversion type stuff on it. So that is Lot 304. Lot 305, we're back to the Eldar. This is 3 D cannons. They are on metal posts. And the D cannon is really, in my opinion, the best option for these support weapons. Lot number 306, again back to the Eldar. This is Group A of Eldar Scouts. This is a troop's choice for an Eldar army. And you've got a good variety of poses in there. To my knowledge, these are the current models for Eldar Rangers. Lot 307, same thing. Different group, still 10 of them. Lot 308, the great basis for a Tau army. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 Fire Warriors, all painted in this nice mineral blue with white and black insignia on them, which is really a great color scheme. And you have a battlesuit leader there, and that would really be a good start for a Tau army. Lot 309, these are really quite handsome, not painted by BTP. These are, I do believe, Chaos Renegades. I don't even know what line this is from. They could be Forge World. They would make a great veterans unit, or for a science fiction RPG. They have fantastic, very detailed bases with battlefield debris on them. And so, yeah, be the proud owner of those. Lot 310 is a Dark Angels starter force, not painted by us. You have 3 land speeders, an old school Whirlwind, and what looks to be 15 scouts. Lot 311, and by the way, this is a big one. This is a Black Legion Chaos Space Marines army. So I'm just going to count this through with you. For starters, it has 3 rhinos, all of them with a goodly amount of war gear and accoutrements on them. For example, this one has an icon on there. Looks like 16 berserkers here. Let's get in close on some of those. And a Chaos Sorcerer, which also could be a Chaos Lord, absolutely no reason why not. And you have Kaharn the Betrayer, or at least a conversion of him. It feels like this is plastic or fine cast, so pretty handsome for that one. Looks like 2, 4, 6, 7 guys here. What are their special weapons? I really cannot tell. Looks to be possibly bolters all around. This is a Defiler, and it comes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 Bloodletters, 2 Obliterators, and a unit of Noise Marines down on the flank. I am pretty sure this is at least 1,500 points. Really a great start to a Chaos Space Marine army, or something that you could be proud to just get on the field right away. Oh, by the way, there's more to this lot. Oh my gosh, there's more. Another Defiler, so 2 Defilers. Yeah, you're probably pushing 2,000 here. A Demon Prince, which is this this model here. This came out right around the time of Storm of Chaos. Always been one of my favorites. This model has definitely stood the test of time. And one more model, looks like a Chaos Space Marine Terminator Lord. And again, no, not necessarily a Terminator Lord. Maybe he is just bulked up. Quite a bit of conversion work and posing on this guy. He has a possessed chest plate there. So this guy is actually made up of quite a few different kits. So this is a pretty well-rounded army. You got a lot of things going on, and definitely this is an example of what it is we're trying to accomplish here. I'll give you a break. You can look at my face now. Isn't that nice? Everyone's like, turn it off. So this is an example of what we're after. We want to make it so that you have a painted army to play with. So pick it up as a second army and start building things around it, or for a guest or a friend, or the obvious thing, which is if you're just getting into the hobby, these are great armies to pick up. They are very competitively priced. So we are on to that was lot 311 we were just looking at, Black Legion Chaos Space Marines. Lot 312 is some Salamanders. And these are partially done. This is a finisher army where you would go in and finish some of the base work. For example, this guy right here has no base work, but these guys do. And you have an unfinished rhino with some goodly starting work done on it. The hatch is open, which is an unusual feature, and also the exhaust ports are bored out, which is nice. And a drop pod apparently with working doors. In fact, this looks like our handiwork here. Maybe we were starting to refurbish this army, I'm not sure. So you've got a drop pod there. All right, on to lot 313. I don't know what Space Marine chapter this is, but somebody obviously put a ton of love into these guys. They have old school non-metal metal gold on them. This dreadnought is extremely handsome. I think it's Lamenters. Lamenters. El próximo sábado. All right. Yeah, not much to say here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 guys and a dreadnought. Lot 314 is just some very basic Cadians. These are not by us. 3 assault weapons, 3 lasguns. Lot 315. Here's something special. It is a Bad Moons, or I guess just generic dreadnought. And this is the newest version, which is really, really super cool. Got to tip my hat to Games Workshop for that one. That is Lot 315. Lot 316, we have a Space Marine Terminator captain. I do believe it's, well, I don't know. I don't know what insignia that is. But he is certainly very handsomely painted with this really cool decorative base. You see the iron rebar coming out there, and it's the little touches like that that make a model something special. Lot 317, snatch it up. This is a Raven Guard Dreadnought. It is I do believe this is Forge World. Here it has an autocannon and an assault cannon, lots of super detailed work. We have magnetized the banner on there for storage and also to prevent it from being broken. And that is really quite a handsome piece. That is lot 317. 318 is a dead Terminator on a throne from Space Hulk, Ultramarines colors. And I do believe we're 2 tables down, 2 tables to go. That is lot 318. There should be a 319 on here. Give me a second to find that. Oh, no, there it is. I don't need a second. This is an Inquisitor Lord, or could be a Grey Knight's Lord, whichever you please, along with some henchmen here, all really quite handsomely painted. This, I do believe, was our answer to Inquisitor Valeria, and so she has some odd weapons on her, some older pieces, meshed with new plastics to make something new and exciting. So that's lot 319. We're on to table number 3. Here it is. Take an overview. On to lot 320. This is a big one. Lot 320 is an Ultramarines army. How many points here, Thomas?
21. There's 2 different lots. Just the
the larger of the 2. Right.
21, 25, I think.
Okay, great. And what you have here is you have 3 tack squads and rhinos. That's the overview. You have a Terminator squad and a Land Raider Crusader. 2 heroes. By the way, I'll do close-ups. In fact, let's just do the close-ups right now. So here's your tack squads. And what I like about these guys is they have decals, and also they have very neutral base work on them. And by the way, this is a BTP army, so it's all done BTP standard, and we can easily expand on it. You've got this really evocative captain. This is a metal figure, so he's a little something different there. Not a captain, I'm sorry, a sergeant. So here's a Razorback. And here's what your Terminators look like. They're a good mix of Stormhammer, Thundershield. And there's a Chaplain. You can never have too many Chaplains. And there is your really quite handsome Roman-looking Captain or Chapter Master on there. So each of the sergeants is really something special. He's unusual, has some kind of posing or a different sort of model on him. Look at the little tiny writing on this guy's backpack. That is the sergeant. So really quite some handsome work on these guys. You have a Stern Guard squad here. I wish I could get down a lot closer to these, but that's about as best I can do. I guess I could lift this guy up and show you. Melt-a-gun there. Melt-a-gun. Melt-a-gun. Oh yeah, you don't want this dropping behind your lines. Oh no, they're in a drop pod. You can't stop it from happening. Alright, that is lot 320, and I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to split this into 2 videos, so stay tuned for part 2 of 2, because we have a lot of ground to cover. We have this whole table, we have this whole table, and no, that's actually it, but look at all these lots on here that have yet to be unpacked.